Alright, this is about the suit filed by Philip Williams on behalf of other vegans, and this suit claims that Burger King has contaminated the Impossible Burgers by exposing them to meat byproducts on the grill. According to the suit filed Monday in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida. So one thing, this is just my personal opinion to note, is that the burger actually is not advertised as vegan. The burger is an Impossible Burger. The burger itself is, and when I say the burger, I mean the actual patty, is a plant-based patty. The ingredients are vegan. However, there's even, vegans disagree about that because of soy-like hemoglobin, which was tested on animals, and that's a brand new ingredient developed by Impossible Foods, these burger people. Anyways, that's a bunch of jargon. The important part is that Philip Williams is suing on behalf of other vegans. This burger is not advertised as as a vegan burger, excuse me. What you can do if you're vegan like me, what I do, and vegans generally agree with this, is you order the vegan Impossible Whopper from Burger King, and you say, no mayo. The reason why it's advertised as not vegan and just a plant-based burger is because the mayo in the burger has eggs in it, and eggs are an animal product, obviously, so that's the only reason. Order the Impossible Whopper without mayo, and Philip Williams has no ground to stand on with this. But let's continue. Burger King recently joined a handful of other fast food chains to offer Impossible Foods, including adding an Impossible Whopper to its kids' meals. The growing trend in plant-based options is expected to be a big money maker in the restaurant world. The market for products like Impossible Meats is expected to top $100 billion in 15 years, according to J.P. Morgan Chase. So these numbers are showing that veganism is in the future. And what's happening now with these lawsuits, these legalities, we have to look at what's actually happening. Why is someone suing on behalf of other vegans? The vegan standpoint on all of this is leave animals alone. So we appreciate what Burger King is doing by putting out a patty that all you have to do in technicality is order the patty, and it's made from meat that's not from an animal. It's very simple stuff, and we need to be understanding what we're supporting. I generally say vegans support the Impossible Whopper. There's no other way around it. The thing is a technicality based on mayo, and then also that it's contaminated. So, contaminated by what? It's cooked on the same cooking utensils that Burger King uses to cook animals. So, vegans may find that gross. Meat eaters, which are the vast majority of the 17.5 million people ordering from Burger King every day, won't find that gross. It's the same stuff that's used to cook their normal burger anyways, but now what's happening, vegan burgers are being cooked on these, and vegans are resisting this? Absolutely not. Why would a vegan resist that? They may think it's personally gross, but it doesn't make a difference for the animal whether or not your vegan burger was cooked on a place that has a little bit of cow fat in it versus in a completely vegan place where there's no animal products or contamination. This is not an allergy. It doesn't affect people in that way. Veganism is a choice. We're making it out of our own volition, and we have no grounds to stand on. So this is a really silly case. The legality that we should be pushing for is to really protect animals and view what their necessities are and consider what animals find necessary. And they find certain things very necessary to happen, like the ending of animal agriculture. It is a need for them to survive that this doesn't happen, that we don't exploit them for things like commerce, for money, right? This isn't an okay reason to harm an animal. So that's the general vegan standpoint. I'm actually here with my friend Alec, and this news actually just came out, Alec, about the Impossible Whopper. So what are your thoughts on this whole situation? Do you support suing Burger King because they are cooking their vegan Whopper on a animal product contaminated surface?
I mean, it's like you said, it's not a vegan burger. They don't claim it's a vegan burger. So why are people getting so up in arms about this? If you want to have an Impossible Whopper and you don't mind it being slightly cross-contaminated with trace amounts of animal byproduct, good for you. If you support it or don't, whatever,
right. And so, Alec, if you can just introduce yourself a little bit more. Are you vegan?
Yeah, I would call myself a vegan.
So, have you actually experienced an Impossible Whopper before, or the Impossible Patty?
Yeah.
So this is just another example. Vegans do support this product. We don't see it as something that's bad for the future. JP Morgan Chase, like I said, it's going to be a $100 billion company in 15 years. That's projected by Chase. So why do you think people are suing Burger King on behalf of vegans? Why would they do that?
I guess the first thing that comes to mind is a sense of entitlement, and like the idea that veganism is black or white. Some people will say they use honey. Some people will say they're okay with using things like the processed sugar that may have bone char in it. All these little gray areas that we get caught up in arms about. And it's not about this polarized black or white mentality that a lot of people may have about the concept and philosophy of veganism, which is really just based in the idea that we need to be causing the least amount of harm possible. And like you said, this is a very, very silly situation. And it's pretty superficial to bring legality and all that into this, because it's not classified as a vegan burger. The advertisement says 0% beef, and it is true. If we get if we get so anal about being 100% vegan, which I think where a lot of this comes from, we're not going to be happy ever. We're going to be thinking, I need to, obsessing about doing zero amount of harm.
Absolutely.
And while it's good to be striving towards a less negatively impactful lifestyle on the environment and, aligning oneself with true morality, it's not about being perfect, because welcome to being human. You're not going to ever be perfect, and no matter what action you take, you're going to have some effect.
It's so true. Absolutely.
Every energetic exchange, every action you will ever take in this life is an exchange. You exhale, you inhale, you take in something, and you give something away. That's just how this whole world works.
So I've got a question for you. So there's 17.5 million people going to Burger King every day. What do you think they should get?
I don't know. I mean, what do I think they should get?
If 17.5 million people went to Burger King every single day, what is something that, if you had them all in a room, what would you say to them?
I would say get an Impossible Whopper, because it shows you that food is evolving, and that we can make choices every day that are, aligned with what is real or what is not. We can make, we're not disconnected from our actions.
So you told them to get an Impossible Whopper. Some of the people actually hearing that, if you had 17.5 million people in a room that were all going to go to Burger King this day, some of them wouldn't know what that is. Why would they get an Impossible Whopper?
Why would you get an Impossible Whopper? Well, because what are there? There's trillions of animals suffering every day for no purpose other than people like the taste of their flesh, and they think that while it may be considered tradition, just because we're accustomed to something, we've been doing it for a while, and regardless of whether it may feel good or not, we're not disconnected from our actions, and it does make an impact when you choose to do things like, this is so silly, but the straw issue, it does make an impact when we use paper straws versus plastic straws. It does make a difference when we choose to recycle something instead of throw something out. It does make a difference when we choose to, shower for 5 minutes less than we did yesterday.
So I want to give you about 10 more seconds. I want to hear your closing statements. Sorry to cut you off, just it's over 10 minutes now. Your closing statements you just had an Impossible Whopper. You tried it actually today, and people are suing Burger King because of cross-contamination. Give them a sentence in 10 seconds.
If you don't want to eat an Impossible Whopper, don't. But it's for the animals, okay? There's no reason to get upset about it. It's an option.
Thank you, Alec. That was great. And to learn more about becoming vegan, obviously visit vegan22.com for 22 full days of free support. You can learn more about the nutrition aspect of veganism by going to nutritionfacts.org. Great research over there. This is really great stuff, and anyone who wants to learn more about the Impossible Foods Impossible Whopper, this is a link to their YouTube about how it's made, what it is, and where you can get one near you. Thanks.